Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of the Unbearably Bullish Podcast, the official podcast of The Bull You Can't Bear. I am your host, Donald Johns, and before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what led me to create this platform. For more than 20 years, I have been immersed in the worlds of investing, capital markets, relationship management, business development, and entrepreneurship. I've experienced bull markets and bear markets. I've witnessed periods of tremendous opportunity and periods of tremendous uncertainty. I've celebrated successes, navigated setbacks, and learned firsthand that some of life's greatest opportunities emerge when others are focused on fear. And through it all, I've learned one simple truth. Success doesn't belong to the smartest person in the room. It belongs to the person who remains persistent, the person who continues learning, the person who builds relationships, the person who takes action. I've learned that wealth isn't created solely through investments. It's created through ideas. It's created through relationships. It's created through collaboration, and it's created by having the courage to move forward when others hesitate. That realization became the foundation for The Bull You Can't Bear, not simply as a brand, but as a community, a place where investors, entrepreneurs, creators, and professionals come together, share ideas, build relationships, and create opportunities and grow. Because I believe every great opportunity begins with a conversation, a connection, a relationship, and a decision to take action. That's exactly why Unbearably Bullish exists today. Not just to discuss markets, not just to discuss business, but to inspire action, to build community and create opportunity. So wherever you're listening from, I want to thank you for being here and welcome to the movement. Today marks the beginning of something bigger than a podcast, bigger than a website, bigger than social media, bigger than a brand. This is a movement built on growth, opportunity, and the belief that your greatest success may still lie ahead. In a world filled with negativity, division, and endless reasons why something can't be done, we are choosing a different path. We're choosing optimism. We're choosing action. We're choosing growth. We're choosing to be unapologetically bullish on our future, not just bullish on markets, bullish on ourselves, bullish on our businesses, bullish on our relationships, and bullish on our ability to create opportunities where others see obstacles. Because being bullish simply isn't an investment strategy. It's a mindset, and a mindset changes everything. Every successful company started as an idea. Every great business started with a risk. Every meaningful relationship started with a conversation. Every breakthrough started with a decision to move forward despite uncertainty, a decision to believe before others believed, a decision to keep going when others quit. That is what this podcast is about. That is what this movement is about. And that brings us to our mission: connect, collaborate, monetize. 3 words, 1 philosophy, because opportunities are rarely happening in isolation. The greatest opportunities in life come from the people we meet, the relationships we build, and the value we create together. Connect with people, collaborate with people, monetize opportunities. It's simple, powerful, and transformational. And that's exactly what we're going to explore on this podcast. We'll interview business owners, entrepreneurs, investors, creators, professionals, people from every industry and every walk of life. We'll learn how they navigated setbacks, how they overcame obstacles, how they built businesses, and how they created opportunities and how they achieved their success. We'll discuss markets, asset classes, entrepreneurship, networking, business, collaboration, leadership, mindset, and innovation. And most importantly, opportunity, because opportunity is everywhere. The challenge is that most people never recognize it. They're too distracted by fear. They're too distracted by doubt. They're too distracted by waiting for that perfect moment. The perfect moment never comes. The people who succeed aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the most talented. They are not always the most connected. They're simply willing to take action while others wait. And that's where the market comes in. When people hear the word market, they immediately think about stocks, charts, headlines, economic reports, the next hot investment. But the market, it's much bigger than that. The market is opportunity itself. It's innovation, it's entrepreneurship, it's relationships, it's value creation. Everyday opportunities are being created. Businesses are being launched. Partnerships are being formed. Technologies are being developed. Lives are being changed. The question isn't whether opportunity exists. The question is whether you're positioning yourself to recognize it. And that's what we're building, this community, and what it's all about, because no one succeeds alone. The greatest opportunities often come from one conversation, one introduction, one collaboration, one decision, one action. That is how a movement begins, which brings us to the final part of today's launch episode, the movement. The Bull You Can't Bear is not just a podcast brand. It's not just another logo. It's not just content. It's a community for investors, entrepreneurs, creators, professionals, leaders, visionaries, people who believe there is more available to them than what they've experienced in life so far. People who understand that success is never guaranteed, but opportunity is always available to those willing to pursue it. We're building a network where ideas become businesses, where relationships become partnerships, where opportunities become reality, a place where ambitious people can connect, collaborate, and grow together. And if you're listening today, you're here at the beginning. You're a part of the foundation. You're a part of the herd. The journey starts now. So I want to leave you with a challenge. This week, make one new connection. Learn one new thing. Take one action that you've been putting off. Reach out to somebody. Start that project. Make that phone call. Send that email. Take that very first step, because momentum creates opportunity. Opportunity creates growth, and growth changes lives. This is the Bull You Can't Bear. This is the Unbearably Bullish Podcast. This is the movement, a movement built on growth, a movement built on opportunity, a movement built on the belief that your greatest success may still lie ahead. Remember, every opportunity begins with a decision. Every breakthrough begins with an action. And every great journey begins with a single step forward. Strong markets, stronger mindset, unlimited opportunity. Follow the herd, and remember, stay unbearably bullish. I'm your host, Donald Johns. Thank you for joining me for the launch of my podcast, Unbearably Bullish. I appreciate every one of you for being here at the beginning of my journey and our journey. Until next time, have a successful, productive, and profitable day. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day.